All right, guys, we are back. I promise you that it wasn't going to be too long of a break. Okay, so we are going to be in our round of 16 match. This is going to be, let's see, not eLevate. It's going to be Slap versus eLevate. Yes, it is going to be eLevate. Oh, my God. My brain is like, whoosh. I had to work this morning, okay, guys? They called me in on a Sunday at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was not cool. So my brain's a little bit scrambled at the moment. But anyways, we're going to be here hopefully for an awesome, awesome round of 16 match. We did see Slap taking eLevate to a game, well, actually to an overtime in the NG Store Cup on Paracel Storm. It was a very, very good match going down. So I'm really, really hoping that we see some good plays coming out of these guys. Now remember, eLevate, they've had some roster changes since the NG Store Cup. Oh, excuse me. So they're not that really, really dominant team that we saw playing against Dexterity before. You know, they don't have Pino on the team. They don't have Odds on the team. We do see Maito and Tech filling in on those roles. Now, Tech was a solid player back in the previous seasons, but I don't know how much he had been playing here recently. I would imagine more. But and then Maito, I haven't really seen too much of Maito. He's kind of bounced around from team to team, but we'll see how well he's going to be playing today. And of course, Baki, Supreme, and Wintaw all been on eLevate for the longest time. Baki really, really was showing up here in the last probably 3 cups that I've cast them in. He was just really putting up some big, big numbers on the board. He had that fantastic game versus Dexterity on Siege of Shanghai. I think it was in cup number 3. I think it was in cup number 3. Very, very good match back and forth. I mean, I have to say that one was a nail biter, and they did not disappoint whatsoever. Baki putting up crazy numbers, doing some crazy, crazy things, holding off 3v1. I mean, just really, really good stuff. So we'll see if he's going to be able to bring that today in this particular match. The maps for this this eLevate versus Slap will be Siege, which is Slap's pick, Locker, which will be eLevate's pick, and Paracel Storm. Now, kind of curious to see a Locker pick going in there. Most teams, I'm not saying all, but most teams are not too happy with that particular map for the sole reason that it is a very stalemate style map. Really, really punishes teams for making any kind of mistake in terms of frags, because even though it's a small map, it's a condensed map, your players are actually not in positions to be able to help your other teammates. What I mean by that, there's 3 areas, really main areas, choke points. You have outside, the lane outside, right next to staircases. Then you have upper and lower tunnels, which there's really no way to get from upper and lower tunnels unless you go all the way back towards the tower, drop down below to go down, and then obviously if you want to go up, you have to go all the way over to staircases and try and make your way up. So there's a lot of time there that's wasted on teams trying to get back to the position. So if you see a 1 or 2, maybe even 3 kills going down, it's almost a guaranteed map map control switch for that team. So it's a very, very, very tough map to play, very punishing map to play if you do make those mistakes on. Which is one of the reasons why some teams actually like it, because it's kind of like an equalizer map. Unlike Siege of Shanghai, which is, you could say it kind of punishes, you know, on the Chinese side, if you're not too good on terms of defense. What we saw with TSM and Evo, which was a very, very good match back and forth. I have to say, I'm really excited to see that one going up on YouTube and watching that again. That was insane, the way a 4-man push down street side. Like, nobody does that. Nobody does that. I don't think I've ever seen a 4-man push, successful 4-man push down street side. I have seen them, but they just got shut down almost instantly. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here in this game. Maybe Slap and eLevate have some weird strategies on it. I'm not too sure, but I think on Siege of Shanghai, it's going to be fairly standard. Of course, guys, if you are just joining us, I am Brett FX, your caster for this evening, and hopefully next weekend I'm going to be joined by a co-caster. I'm not too sure if I will or not, but hopefully I will, because I know you get tired of listening to just my voice. And then if you are interested in playing in the next Qualification Cup, you absolutely can do so. Head on over to play.eslgaming.com/battlefield. There you will see all of the qualification cups actually that you can sign up for all the way through cup number 4. They will all be held on Sundays. The dates for those cups will be on the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th. The 25th will be the last opportunity to qualify for the playoffs, in which we will be taking the top 8 teams, the top scoring points-wise 8 teams out of the past 4 cups, and they will be moving on, competing for, of course, grand prize. But third and fourth will be able to get $1,000. Second will be taking home $2,000, and then first will be able to take home $2,500, as well as their tickets to the offline finals in Cologne, Germany, where they'll be playing off against the best of the best in the world, the Fnatic Epsilon, well, was MIM, now EGZ type teams. So really looking forward to what's going to be happening there in the playoffs here this season, especially with all the roster changes and the teams splitting apart, forming together, all that other kind of good stuff. So really curious to see how it's going to be panning out. But I think that we are going to be going live, and we are. So enough of my face. We're going to be heading on into casting. Well, bam, right there. And of course, we do have. Oh no, Brett, what am I doing? See, this is what happens when I don't have 10 minutes to prepare. But we are going to be starting off here on Siege of Shanghai, as I said before. And I believe that we do see Slap here on the better side of the map. Yes, Slap will be on the US side, or the blue side of the map. So definitely expect to see some really good things out of those guys from the start. Now, as we saw previously, you don't have to necessarily win on the Chinese side, US side, in order to come back. We did see 2 plants coming in. 1 in each round on the Chinese side, actually, from the Chinese team. We'll see if that's going to be the case this time. I don't think so. eLevate is a very solid team. This is going to be really up to Slap to try and come out with something to take the win. They need to come out with some better frags, better pushes, better setups, whatever it may be. I think the eLevate is going to be going in here with a slight advantage. But they definitely can't Slap out at all. Oliveira will be able to take down that first blood there inside mid. We do see JP waiting in for a potential push. We do have Wintaw running that engineer kit. And kind of interesting to see the engineer kit playing in mid instead of over onto water side. But we do see Tech back up as well. Just making sure nobody goes on to street side. Ooh, nice nade. We'll be able to take him out. And that could open it up right now. Ultimatum. Seeing that, yeah, that kill did go through, he's going to go ahead and push on up. And he did take no damage. He's waiting in for the possible push. And this is a terrible position right now for eLevate to have to play out of. Nice place. Ultimatum will be able to take down Supreme. He's looking for that possible 2-piece, but Killa getting taken down, trying to help him out. Has to back on up. And he does finally get taken out. Killa will be back up, though, and alive, so you can get this revived. We do see more pushes coming in from eLevate from main. Not going to be the case. That push completely shut down. And I'm not too sure as to why we have Keyboy all the way in the back. I really do not like this positioning here at all. I think that they gave up a really good opportunity to get some really good map control there. 2 players do end up going down. We do see Maito now spreading out, waiting in for those possible pushes coming in from main. Baki will now start to get slow but sure push all the way up towards mid. Gets that initial shot there, and Keyboy takes him out. No problem. And Baki is 4-1. Guys, I'm telling you, just watch out for Baki here. He's playing insane in these last couple of cups that I've cast in, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. He's been rocking the Ace 23, and he's just not slowing down whatsoever. So we'll be able to take down Keyboy once again, and we'll see if he's going to be able to do any more damage here. We do have Tech now pushing on in as well, try and get control of that Bravo building, or I'm sorry, the Charlie buildings. But we do have now a potential push coming in as well from Wintop. And no, he misses out every single one of those shots, not even with the G18. Supreme, though, cleans it up. He's like, that's all right, buddy. I'll go ahead and have your back, as well as Wintop going ahead and getting that kit switch. So Tech will be pushed up fairly aggressively here. That was a full squad wipe onto Slap, and that should be a very first bomb site here for eLevate. Really quick bomb, actually, for eLevate in response. And as I said before, it is not surprising to see teams getting onto that B site and securing that particular bomb, but Slap here, they cannot allow another bomb to go down. Even if they get just one site of their own, they really cannot afford a 2-0 going into the harder side of the map. I think that if it does go down to a 2-0, eLevate is pretty much guaranteed this first map win. And it's not looking good here, especially since this was Slap's pick. But we do have Tech taking down JP from afar. And if if you notice right now, eLevate, they're not really, or they're able to stall out this push here from Slap to try and get any kind of map position. Now, Keyboy, I don't know how he managed to make his way all the way up onto this side of the map, but he does end up getting taken down. eLevate should be able to mitigate any kind of damage, potential damage that he could have caused, either by getting his teams out of position or just simply getting a couple of frags, as they are set up really nicely here on top of Statue. We do have Maito. Oh, look at that. Is that a Magnum? That's not a Magnum, is it? Yeah, it is a Magnum. Let's say you don't hardly ever see Magnums without sights, so he's going to try and get a nice little fancy shot off there, but cannot do it. Two players doing him, going down onto street side. This is exactly what Slap wants to have happen. JP coming in, will be able to get the kill there as well. So, yeah, we do have that bomb carrier now making his way over towards that Bravo side. All players are up for eLevate at the moment. They are going to have to come in from main. There's an initial push there onto that B site, will fail. And that's, B site is really it's a high risk, high reward type site to go onto. If you're able to get control of that B site, then you're going to be up hugely in terms of an advantage for getting onto that C site. Now, if you don't ever make it to that position, you're going to be really lacking in terms of positioning for his players to try and hold on to the bomb site, which is what we saw initially. So Supreme now making his way up through escalators here. Nice turnaround there onto Ultimatum. And he just pretty much cleaning up. Finally does end up going down. Tech will be last up and alive for eLevate here, getting in those crucial spawns. We'll be able to lock down at least one more frag before he has to back on up. But really, eLevate, they have plenty of time here to try and come back. And he's even going to get a kill through the incendiary. Couldn't even see him. Just like, you know what? There's probably going to be a guy there. We'll be able to get the blind shots going down. Beautiful job so far coming out from Tech. And he's going to be able to lock down another one on top of Statue. So, you know, I said, hey, maybe this guy isn't up to snuff here, as he hasn't been really a consistent player in his last couple of cuts. But you know what? Tech proving me wrong. He's definitely looking good here in this particular match. We'll see. They're going to be able to get another plant off of this. Probably going to be seeing him going for, well, actually, we could be going to see him for C. If they get control of ledge here, C side is definitely one that they can abuse. It's a little bit harder initially, but it can be done. Supreme will be able to pick up at least one of those frags coming out of main spawn. Not going to be able to do much of anything at all. That will be Maito trading out with Keyboy. So, yeah, eLevate for the most part stalling out in their push. Really don't have a whole lot of power to get that bomb anywhere towards one of those bomb sites. But then again, as I said many times, they are on the harder side, so they have done the damage that they needed to do. They have already gotten their bomb in their back pocket. They don't really have to do much of anything else. Just waste the time down and have fun on this next round. But we do see Tech lock it down one more kill before he makes his way over here towards those B ledge. And they are going to be chasing down this one player from Keyboy. Ultimatum really out of position here. And as soon as he shoots, he is going to be basically giving away his position. He does go down almost immediately after that shot. And Baki looking around for this last player. They want to be able to secure everybody that's behind him before they do push on up. And Baki here just playing very slowly. Might actually be to a detriment. Oliver had enough time now to push on in. We do see him trying to wait for the bomb carrier to pop on up before he can take him out. 4 players waiting now up for eLevate. Oh my god, Baki! Like, how do you make that shot right there? You're already low on health. You're at a disadvantage. Oh, just really good plays coming out of this guy right now. But he is going to be able to get the immediate respawn. And now eLevate with a 2-man wipe there, pushing back in onto the C site. And Baki will be able to get the plant going down. Yes, he does get the plant coming in. Will get taken down almost immediately after that. Maito now looking for these possible pushes coming in from behind. Takes down 2. Yes, he does. That's going to be completely wiping up their backfield here. eLevate has an opportunity to take this at a 2-0 on the hard side. And they are not stopping whatsoever. Winton now going to be flushing out the last player. It's JP getting picked up. Pretty much no chance at all. You can just take a look at the KDs right there. I mean, it is really, I mean, that's the tail right there. Just the kills are way in favor of eLevate as opposed to Slap. And Winton just waiting in for anybody to come on in. We do see Baki set up on top of B Ridge. Takes a bit of damage. He is going to be using that engineer kit, which is not going to allow him much of anything at all. But that right there, guys, is going to be 2-0, ending out the first round in favor of eLevate. And you could not ask for a better first round whatsoever. Supreme going 13-8, 12-6 there for Baki. Tech 11-9, 11-8 there for Maito. Wintal 6-5, bringing up the rear there. But on the flip side of that, Ultimatum going 11-8, 10-8 there from Oliveira. Keyboy going 7-11, and then JP 6-9, 3-10 there for Killa. I will say this: I have noticed from Slap that Ultimatum, and I don't know if this is just part of the way they play, like they basically have given them free range to do this, whatever it may be. But I have noticed that Ultimatum really, he doesn't stick to his team. He's always trying to go around for these massive flanks, or he pushes in positions where you normally wouldn't have players pushing out because they need to have a big team push to either take over their own bomb sites or to wipe the other team from their area of the map. But instead, we have seen Ultimatum going for those very aggressive plays. Sometimes they work out. I think in that particular instance, it hurt them more than anything at all. We saw Ultimatum all the way over here on street side towards the end of that match. Wasn't able to pick up a single kill. And, I mean, really did nothing at all. He was kind of a non-factor there in that backfield. Even though he was one of the top fraggers on his team, he really didn't, I don't think he really contributed much to his team. And I'm not trying to pick on any one player. I'm just saying that, and I think that Slap probably just allows him to do that. They have built their strategy around maybe one of their players being that type of play style. But I just feel like in this setting, for especially this particular map, you can't allow that to happen. You need to have your team sticking together. At the very least, you need to have the ability to spawn on your teammates and be in a effective position, and he just wasn't. So here we go, 36 seconds left for our second round. First map, eLevate versus Slap. So far, 2-0 advantage here for eLevate. Not the way you want to start out, especially when you have the better side of the map, and I think eLevate, they are smiling from ear to ear. They know exactly what they have just been able to do, and they know that they have a huge advantage going into the second round. So here we go, 10 seconds left before we get started. We'll go and check out the setups for each of these teams. Pretty standard across the board, no engineer kits. Usually we only see an engineer kit on the Chinese side, if we see one at all anymore. Most teams don't really play too passive there onto water side. They really focus in more on mid and street side, but could be a slight little change. You know, we have seen a 4-man push on street side from TSC. Oh my God, I'm gonna remember that for a while. So good. So here we have it. eLevate now pushing up towards mid. Maito's gonna lead that charge. Gets that first blood there onto Keyboy. Makes it look extremely easy. I wish I could shoot that well. But he's going to try and find a couple of these players. We'll be able to get the spot outs. A lot of information that he's going to be able to tell his team as he spotted out 2 of the players inside mid. We'll be able to take down Ultimatum now. They really need to get Maito out of this position. And he will finally go down, but not before he does take down JP. Tech also going to be able to pick up one, trying to go in for the bomb. It's going to be Oliveira really not doing much damage at all. Maybe stalling out that bomb carrier just a little bit, but eLevate, they still have some decent map control. We do see a spawn coming back at main. I think they were a little bit afraid there of that push from Oliver, but not going to be the case. JP now pushing up inside mid. We'll see if he can get the headshot with that Magnum. Show me something. Show me something. Ooh, does get caught out of position. And we'll end up getting the kill there onto Baki, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. And so we will be seeing a lot of smokes going to be thrown out. But still just playing very, very passive. And, you know, eLevate, they don't have to get too crazy here. They have that 2-0 advantage. They have the better side. If they can just play defensively here, hold back, Slap, there's really not much that they have to do in this situation. You know, we have JP trying to get some long-range shots with the Magnum. It's not going to happen. Keyboy finally pushes on up. We'll be able to pick up at least one of these players with that G18. Takes down Baki, so we have a bit of a 2-man wipe going down. Possibly a third, but Keyboy's getting shot from so many different sides, he doesn't know what to do. And now it's all down to Ultimatum, who spawned all the way back in main. Yeah, that could not have been a worse engagement whatsoever. So yeah, Slap, try as they might, they just have not been able really to get any kind of presence at all on the Siege of Shanghai. And we will be seeing that bomb plant going down. 4 players will be pushed up onto Street Side Tech, trying to slow them down. Not going to be able to do so. Supreme will be back up as well, over here next to Escalators. Now, do they have any engineer kits? No, we don't see any engineer kits. Okay, so what we normally do see, if eLevate can get a another engine kit up and running, is to try and push in onto that C site. Not going to be the case just yet. Slap trying to get as many players left up and alive there onto that C site. Not going to be the case. And yeah, even with Oliver, if he did win out on that kill, probably wasn't going to be able to do much of anything at all. Though Keyboy, he was going to be coming up from the backfield. So that is going to be it there. 3-0 as we have eLevate locking it down, heading into map number 2, which will be on lockers. And really, I don't have... You know what? If there was a map that Slap can come back on, it would be on lockers. All right, I don't know what they mean by they not having a switch in chat. Admin a little bit slow there. He is going to be busy though. But you know, lockers is definitely going to be a map that I can see them coming back on. As I said before, it's an equalizer map. We see a lot of teams being able to capitalize on the fact that team fights are very difficult if you do make a mistake in it, especially inside top or bottom tunnels. We will be seeing some pretty big pushes going down over there. As far as frags come in, I really feel like that eLevate's going to have the advantage. I feel like those guys, they're on point. They're able to lock it down. Their pushes are looking really good. Their communication is looking really good, and the reason why I say the communication is looking good is because their timing of their pushes they're in line with their frags. So anytime you see that, that means that the team's really communicating back and forth, and they know exactly what's happening on the other side of the map. So I think overall the advantage is going to be for eLevate. But again, you know, if they can get some momentum going, if they can get some really early 2 or 3 kills right from the start, and I'm not sure if our admin. I think our admin is preoccupied at the moment with something else, but there we go. But I think this map right here will give Slap the best opportunity. Now, going into map number 3, let's see, what was map number 3? Paracel Storm. Well, that was the map that we originally saw eLevate getting overtimed on with Slap. Now, I believe eLevate did come out with the win on that one, but the fact that Slap was able to take a 2 in overtime, very good overtime, I might add, you know, it's kind of telling as to what Slap has, you know, potentially, what their talent pool is potentially, what they could do. So we'll see if they're going to be able to make anything happen out of this. Or will we be seeing eLevate with a 2-0 sweep in terms of maps? Could very well be the case here. Alright, so guys, if you want to check out the brackets, just type in !bracket. We'll take you right to the link. And we do have some updates going down. Alright, so Fit for Fight have taken down Infinity. Wow, I'm kind of surprised to see that. I'm going to check out the roster here. See maybe if it's just some players that I haven't... Well, yeah, we do see some pretty good players. There's Revan. Let's see. Revan Eduardo. Yeah, there's a couple of players that I actually recognize from other teams. Okay, so they have been able to take down Infinity Esports. They will be facing off against Invids here in this next round. Sponsorless, previously known as Dexterity, will be facing off against an amazing team right now. URAN will be taking on Raptor Team Esports, as that match should be getting underway here pretty soon. Tori Bash Esports will be facing off against Yakuza. eLevate and Slap, obviously the match that we're watching. Sunset Riders White and Success Key Team. Spetnaz versus TSC. which honestly TSC, they deserve they deserve that win. They fought hard for that win. So I kind of want to see them, you know, making up into the quarterfinals. I don't think that they're going to be able to take down Pain whatsoever, which are some former URAN players. But I would like to see them go pretty far up into the server, or into the cup. And then the last match that is going down right now is Lynx versus Pain for the round of 16. So some pretty good matches going to be shaping up. Really looking forward to our quarters and semifinal matches. I think that we got some potentially really good ones coming in, especially for our semifinals match. I'm really looking out for that possibility for Pain versus eLevate. I think that is definitely a good possibility to happen here. And then we do have a possibility of Sponsorless, previously known as Dexterity, facing off against URAN, which is still a very good team. We'll go ahead and take a look at the rosters. So we do have Snarf, Ravidia, I believe, let's see, Snarf, Ravidia, Pinga, Tiago, and I don't know if Neo is playing. I'm not too sure. Not too sure, to be honest with you. But they do have some very good players still on that squad that's going to be playing for 5v5s. I'm not too sure how Snarf is going to be doing. He really didn't play that consistently last season. I mean, he's a good player no matter what. But he didn't really play that consistently last season. And Squad Obliteration has not really been his game. He really felt... excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. He really did fit in well with Domination. It was a frag-heavy game type, and it really showed with somebody who was very aggressive and just playing frag-heavy. This time, not so much. Squad Obliteration, while yes, you can do some very good damage in terms of your frags, you definitely need to make sure that you're going to be able to get that objective down. And that's what they were really struggling with, I think, last season, was just getting that objective down initially. So, again, we'll see how well they're going to be faring. Really looking forward to our potential semifinal lineups. And then, of course, our finals. I know a lot of you guys are really interested in seeing Pain. I've seen it in chat. Several of you players are like, I just want to see Pain. I just want to see Pain. Well, hold on. We are going to be seeing Pain here in the near future. I promise you tonight, at some point, we are going to be casting them. I can almost guarantee it. So here we go, starting out with our second map in this best of 3 series for URAN, or not URAN, wow, eLevate versus Slap. I told you my brain scrambled here, guys, so you're just going to have to deal with it. But we will be seeing Slap with a fairly standard breakout so far with a 2-3 split. eLevate, standard as well. And we'll be seeing Supreme, wow, very aggressively able to push all the way over into staircases. This is definitely not like what we normally see, especially for the Chinese side, because the Chinese side has a slight disadvantage. They are not going to be able to get to the bomb first or get into the mid-map first as well. So Supreme getting the stair control. This could actually be huge. He's going to be hearing the right now parachutes, so he knows there's something going on up above. Wintel right now waiting down inside lower tunnels. Supreme could actually go in for a little bit of a back rage here. Actually, I think that's upper tunnels. Let's see. Yeah, it is upper. JP with the bomb in hand. He's not really going to be able to do much of anything at all. And as I said before, this is definitely going to be leaning to whoever makes the most mistakes right from the start. We do see Maito here going down. Keyboy will be able to pick up Supreme. So that's 2 down right now for eLevate. Where's the call to go or not? JP, he's really trying to figure out whether if he wants to go or not. Wintal will be down below here, waiting. And he is not going to be able to get the kill. There's the call. You can see it now. That's going to be 3 frags that they've gotten in a row. Maito will be set up, waiting for any kind of push coming down from lower. And doesn't look like they have managed to back off. But waiting like that, that's definitely not going to be good. Maito doesn't end up getting picked up. 3 players now flooding in from Slap. Baki trying to make his way back in, but he gets shot from behind. Able to get the kill there on Tequila. Turns around. Almost made a sexy hip fire Magnum shot, but not going to be the case. Wintal will be the last player left up and alive, and he is definitely not in a position here to do anything at all, but he managed to get at least one of the frags. The bomb will end up going down on top of Alpha. So Slap making their play here. As I said, guys, if there was a map that Slap is going to be able to do some damage on, it will be this one. And we have managed to see Baki picking up another kill there. Maito taking down Oliveria. Nothing that JP could do in that situation. He was going to get pushed from 2 players either way. 4-man wipe there, and we will be seeing the defuse going down. So Slap needs to make it over here onto that A site here fairly quickly, making sure that eLevate's not going to be able to take too much map control here in this situation. But very good push, I would have to say, from Slap. I think that it could have been a little bit faster, to be honest with you. I think JP may have waited just a little bit too long, but either way, they were able to get a fairly decent chunk out of eLevate and waste quite a bit of time, about 3 minutes or so. So we do have now Tech starting to push on in top tunnels. Oh, I was about to say, if he got that kill, that would have been so dirty. As he does get the hip fire, jump around the corner, kill. Does eventually go down. Slap will be able to take control back from the middle of the map, getting that full wipe. eLevate playing a little bit curiously there. I figured they would have slowed it down just a little bit, making sure that they do get that mid-map control, because it is very important to have that mid-map control, being able to launch basically every single one of your attacks from a much, much better position. If the bomb does end up going down, you do have a fairly decent position to respawn in from. But it does look like the bomb has gone down for Slap. We do see Oliver back up. Killa taking down two players, now making it a third, as well as one of his teammates. So now it's down to 3 players left up for eLevate. Killa's still going to be on the prowl here, hunting around for these last couple of players. Will he be able to find one? He does take down Tech. Killa is right now just showing up on this map. Finally does get picked up, and look at the mass response coming in from eLevate, as they have been able to just completely swarm this bomb site. Will be able to get onto the defuse as well. So really good retake from eLevate, but I think more or less it was just a really bad defense onto the bomb site from Slap overall. eLevate was very sloppy there a couple of times, pushing in with only 1 or 2 players, and ended up getting picked up. So we'll see if they're going to be able to make anything happen here. I really do think that eLevate should play a little bit slower. We do see 2 players now pushed up fairly aggressively on top of A. And that will be Maito with the 2-piece, and Supreme following up with a 3rd. Ultimatum will be the last player left up here for Slap. See if they're going to try and push on in from outside the map, or if they're going to be trying onto that B side. B side definitely the tougher of the 2 decisions, as it does lend to some fairly nice cross shots here from eLevate. So far, it looks like JP and Keyboy both able to get frags of their own, but Keyboy actually getting a team kill. That's not too good. Supreme able to take down one, takes down a 2nd one as well, and that's going to be cleaning out every single one of the Slap players. Full squad wipe going down, and we could actually be seeing a spawn trap coming in right now. In fact, yeah, we do see Wintal set up, waiting for him to come from outside of the map. There's a push from Slap, going a little bit cheeky there, but will eventually get picked up. And that will be Baki also picking up another frag of his own. Yeah, this is such a terrible position for them to be in. Supreme will be able to spot out 3 of the players from Slap pushing up into mid, but I mean, honestly, there's not much that they can do in the situation. They need to throw out more smokes. They need to throw out maybe some incendiaries, try and push them away from these walls, but no, Supreme is going to have none of that. Taking out a 3rd as well out of spawn. Another squad wipe coming in, and he's just padding his stats right now, 11 and 5. Bomb will be in their hands. We could very well be seeing another 2-0 coming in for this eLevate squad for the first round of this map. And they have had really firm control here in the later stages of this map the entire time. Supreme does finally trade out, but not before his teammates coming in for the save. Oh no, Tech there on a little bit of a mistake. He does get the revive going down, and oh, Supreme can't get the frag, and we have a drop on Slap as well. You could not get a worse position here for the Slap boys. They could potentially get a defuse going down on top of Bravo. Baki has to back on up. We do see Killa and Ultimatum both getting kills of their own. The defuse will end up going down, but with that person dropping, that's really going to leave them in a very, very tough situation in order to come back from. With all 5 players left up and alive, I mean, there's really not much that they can do. We saw how hard it was for TSC to come back from 4 on 5. I mean, they pretty much, you know, had to take it into overtime because of that. So Ultimatum now is going to go ahead and pull on back, but not before he gets shot down. Unfortunately, the back race is just a little bit too strong. Killa doing all that he can to stay alive, but again, I mean, there's not much you can do in a 4v5 situation. Slowly but surely, eLevate pushing up onto Slap. We do see JP all the way in the back, but I mean, really, he's providing a slightly better spawn point in terms of they won't have to run as far, but I mean, honestly, there's not much that they can do. Maito does it and going down. We do see the spawn coming in onto Baki. Surprised that Baki actually missed that shot and has to go in for the reload. Tech finishing up from behind. Plant onto B looks fairly solid at the moment. And as I said, this looks like it's going to be a 2-0 coming in here for eLevate. A minute 47 seconds left on the clock. Even if we do see a defuse going down, there's really not a whole lot of time for them to come back and get a counterpoint. Baki able to lock down one more kill there. We do see Supreme as well, preventing anybody from Kitchen to come in, and that's going to be ending out the first round. 2-0 eLevate, and they are looking fairly strong here, guys. Alright, so hopefully we are going to be seeing Slap getting that fifth and final player in. JP, try as he might, just wasn't enough there. 13 and 10, trying to put the team on his back. Not going to be the case. We did see Killa throwing down some really good frags there on one of those plants. He was able to get like 4 or 5 of the kills, but overall just not able really to sustain that type of play. And eLevate just really a solid team the whole entire time. I really don't want to sound like I'm just in the eLevate's camp here, but I mean overall, I mean they're just a more solid team. They have better fraggers, they have better decision makers, I think, and they were able just to position themselves much better. And it was just I mean, really, it should have been Slap getting at least that A site. There was no reason. We saw a squad wipe, Slap getting a plant, and then for a good probably 30 seconds, eLevate had only 2 players left up and alive. I mean, they kept sending in players before they had a full spawn wave in, and still Slap was not able to really do much of anything at all against them. So that was kind of Slap's, I think, bomb site to lose. It should be like a 2-1, I think, still in favor of eLevate, but definitely bad position here for Slap. Once again, we are in a potential 3-0. If we see one bomb going down for eLevate, they will take the win no matter. It really doesn't matter if we see a bomb site going down for Slap or not. Slap, if they want to be able to stay alive in this best of 3 series, they're going to have to pull a miracle out of somewhere. I don't know. We're not going to say where on stream, but they need to pull a miracle out. And they're going to have to get 2 bombs of their own in preventing eLevate from getting anybody or any plant down whatsoever, which I do not see that happening. eLevate will be on the blue side of the map, which means that they get bomb first. We could see eLevate milking down 5 minutes before they push. I mean, to be completely honest, if we see Slap playing passive because they don't obviously want to make a mistake, and then we could see eLevate playing passive because they don't have to make any kind of a play. I mean, they're up 2-0. We could be very, in reality, we could see a 5-minute stalemate inside mid before there's even any kind of a push whatsoever. So a fairly standard breakout from eLevate. See a 2-man on top, 3 on bottom. Fairly standard here from Slap as well. Nothing too crazy. I was going to say Slap could go for a 2-man push down below. Oh, actually they are. They are going to go for a 2-man push down below. Very aggressively, I might add. And this could work out to their favorite. I guess you can see the pressure right there getting to Slap as Oliver actually shooting at his own player, giving away his position They know exactly where he was at, and somehow eLevate didn't pick up on it. Oliver going huge here with a two-piece, able to open this game wide up. Where is his teammates? They need to get in here as quickly as possible. Killa will be pushing up on top of staircases, and he will be able to get down tech. That's 4 down right now for eLevate, and Slap has been able to break this contain. Oh my god, Oliver there. What could have been just a huge blunder on his part turned out to be a massive play, and now Slap has a plant in the first 2 minutes of this map. Wow, I have to say that is impressive as hell. No kills have gone down for eLevate so far. Every single one of them dying completely. That was impressive indeed. Oliver now has to back up. He's going to get pushed by 2 players from eLevate, not able to do much of anything at all. JP will be set back on top of Beepers, completely overwhelmed though, as we do see a push now from Ultimatum to try and finish it out. Gets the revive here, and he is able to stay alive just for a little bit, but Supreme too strong there, able to get a main gun and a Rex kill to finish it out. Diffuse will end up going down. We see all main spawns coming back in. Unfortunately, what a good play happened there from Slap. I mean, honestly, that was a fantastic job. They had no clue that he was there. He literally like stood there and stared at the bomb carrier like, really? You're just looking the other direction? And was able to get the shots on him. So fantastic job, I had to say, from Slap, but unfortunately just not enough. Once again, we do see that bomb possibly going down on top of that A site. We do have the bunker actually getting taken out here for eLevate. Baki not able to do much. He does end up getting picked up. Maito now coming in for a slight little flank. We'll pick up at least one of the players from Slap. Tech finishing up Ultimatum. Baki getting a 2-piece onto Killer and Oliver. Once again, just really showing up in terms of the frags. He's 3-2 currently right now. One of those kills is a suicide at the very beginning, so technically he's 3-1. And we'll see if he's going to be able to hold on to this bomb site or not. You do see the team just very, very aggressively pushed up. Tech doesn't end up going down. Baki now going to be coming up. Possibly big. He is going to be able to take down one. Nope, doesn't make it out in time. Will end up getting picked up eventually. Now it's going to be up to Supreme here to hold this off. There are 3 players down below from Slap, now possibly pushing in. Supreme, though, getting a little bit of a piece. He knows exactly where they're going to be coming in from. And yeah, we'll be able to take down Oliver. Nice job. As it's down to 2 players from Slap to try and make this play. We do see a possible defuse going in. Not going to happen, though. Baki takes him out. No problem. And that's going to be GG's. Congratulations there. 3-0 once again going in here for eLevate, as they're going to be able to take this match 2-0 overall in terms of maps. Fantastic job from them, and honestly, just complete and utter control. I mean, they really had no. Well, they looked a little shaky there in the very first round, very first couple of minutes in the first round of lockers, but overall they were able to come back, steamroll actually their way back into the match. Here, Slap had that nice little potential plant going down there on top of that A site. For the second round of lockers, not going to be the case, but overall, eLevate looked extremely strong. I don't think anybody was surprised to see this this outcome for this particular map. I think that Slap could have been able to put up a better resistance to eLevate. I honestly feel that they missed out on a lot of opportunities. Just it feels like the way they were positioning some of their players, and as I said, not picking on anybody in particular, but especially the Ultimatum. He felt like a non-issue. He was getting a couple of frags here and there, and he was staying positive, but where were those frags at? They were really nowhere where they mattered, it felt like. And then when his team really needed that 5th player to kind of pick up the slack, he was on the other side of the map. And, you know, if you have control of the bomb, yeah, you can go in for those back rages. It's really nice, but it just really didn't feel like they had the control to be able to play that style with that one player. So I think if Slap makes a few little tweaks, they definitely have some really good skills. I mean, we saw some really good one-on-ones going back and forth between the players, some fairly decent fragging across the board from those players as well. JP was looking really hot there in the first round of lockers, and then Killa was showing some some really good frags on lockers as well. So overall, fantastic match for the 2 teams. We are going to be seeing eLevate, though, moving on, and they're going to be facing off against the winner of Sunset Riders and Success Key team, and I'm not too sure if either of those matches have continued or not. This was a fairly quick one here, guys, so We are probably going to have to wait a little bit for our matches. We do see URAN taking down Raptor Team Esports, waiting for the Yakuza match to go ahead and finish on up. Pain Gaming will be moving on versus the winner of Spetnaz and TCS. I don't think anybody really is surprised to see Pain moving up in the brackets whatsoever. Sponsorless, of course, taking out their match on an amazing team. Will be facing off against Invids or Fit for Fight. So yeah, shaping up to be some decent quarterfinal matches. I have to say, hopefully we're going to be able to watch the URAN match and possibly move on here in the next couple of minutes. But we're going to take a quick little break. It's going to be probably about 10-15 minutes or so as we're waiting for the teams to go ahead and finish up their matches, get everything back into the servers to start it up. So don't go anywhere, guys. I promise you we'll be right back, and we'll be back with some more awesome action for ESL Winter Season 2015. So don't go anywhere, guys.